Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Apologize for the delay in the videos. A lot is going on for rapid mental healing for veterans nonprofit and time has been valuable. Good stuff is coming, stay tuned. My 420 spot is part of Rapid Mental Healing for Veterans org. We make it easy to find a local medical, recreational, and CBD cannabis dispensary. Get local coupon deals. Catch up on cannabis news. Find a job in the cannabis industry and more. Join us on YouTube for our daily live show. In the new today, the top things to know. Joe Biden is at it again, and here we go. The U.S. Supreme Court refused to take up a pair of cases on medical cannabis and workers' compensation. The Biden Justice Department had urged the justices not to hear the matter. The Stevens Point, Wisconsin City Council approved a proposal to lower the fine for marijuana possession to $5. People 18 and older caught with 25 grams or fewer of marijuana will now face a $5 fine. House Appropriations Committee leaders released a Justice Department funding bill that doesn't include the broad state marijuana protections that advocates wanted, leaving them to pursue an amendment later to attach the provisions. The legislation as introduced does contain more limited medical cannabis and hemp measures, however. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards, D., signed 10 new cannabis bills into law, including some measures to significantly expand the state's medical marijuana program. Another blocks police from searching people's homes over the smell of cannabis. Yay, good job. Florida Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried, who is running as a Democratic gubernatorial candidate, spoke to Marijuana Moment ahead of the Justice Department's impending response to her lawsuit on medical cannabis patients' gun rights this week. She also drew a contrast with incumbent Governor Ron DeSantis, whom she hopes to unseat later this year. Texas Republican Party delegates adopted a somewhat contradictory set of drug policy platform planks at their convention, including measures opposing marijuana legalization, supporting federal cannabis rescheduling, calling for reduced hemp regulations, and opposing harm reduction policies. The Congressional Research Service included an analysis of marijuana restrictions in an overview of Washington, D.C. budget legislation. Representative Nancy Mace, RSC, tweeted, "A strong American economy requires fair and free markets, and the cannabis industry should be no different. I urge my colleagues to take up the reforms which have been proposed this Congress, including mine, and allow veterans, medical professionals, and small businesses the ability to enjoy their own pursuit of happiness." Representative Delia Ramirez, DEL, tweeted, "We must legalize adult-use recreational cannabis at the federal level as we did in Illinois. Instead of focusing public safety resources on low-level drug offenses, we must address the root cause of violence." Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, D., touted his move to legalize cannabis in a speech at the New Hampshire Democratic Convention. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, D., tweeted, "Polling suggests 90% of Kentucky adults support medical cannabis, and this committee will help ensure every voice is heard as I weigh executive action that could provide access to medical cannabis for those suffering from chronic pain or are veterans suffering from PTSD." New York Republican gubernatorial candidates said during a debate that they don't plan to use marijuana when legal sales go into effect. Georgia Democratic Lieutenant Governor candidate Kwanzaa Hall, a former congressman, spoke about his support for legalizing marijuana. The Michigan House of Representatives passed a bill on marijuana waste disposal. Separately, regulators took public comment on the concept of allowing deli-style sales of cannabis flower at a hearing. The Pennsylvania House of Representatives approved a bill to decriminalize fentanyl testing strips. Massachusetts Senate leaders appointed members to a bicameral conference committee on marijuana regulation and equity legislation. The California Senate Business and Professions Committee approved a bill to allow veterinarians to recommend medical cannabis for animals. Connecticut's Department of Transportation is using a grant from the Governor's Highway Safety Association to fund the creation of a green lab that will give volunteers a controlled dose of cannabis to help train police to detect impairment. Iowa regulators sent an update on the medical cannabidiol program. Hawaii's dual use of cannabis task force will meet on Monday. A scientific study concluded that cannabis terpenes, alone or combined with cannabinoids and flavonoids, produced anti-cancer effects in chemotherapy-resistant breast cancer cell lines. And there we have the news today for June 22, 2022. Thank you for watching this video by my 420 spot. Read all the articles on Marijuana Moment. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.